Just because I regarded those things in the ground, so I just stuck with that today. Because we have to finish a little activity today, so I want to stay with the same group.
Alright.
Okay, first group, what problems do you guys have? Was it 5 and 6? What do you guys have? 5 and 6, okay. Second group, what do you guys have? Was it 10 and 12?
Oh, we had 14 and 16.
14 and 16? Okay, there we go. What problems do you guys have? Was it 11 and 13? Okay, alright. Okay, now, I know it seems a little funny that I just handed back that same slip of paper that you guys had earlier. The whole goal here is that I want to give you another minute or two to look back over those problems you did yesterday. So you might need to take out your Chromebook or your physical copy of the textbook if you have that, so that we can actually take a look at those problems one more time. So you need that white slip of paper out that you had yesterday. You should have your name on it, and you should have your problems written on it. So like in this case, we had 11 and 13, or you had 5 and 6, or you had 10 and 11, or whatever it was. So we have some different groups have different problems. So make sure you have that white piece of paper. Take 2 to 3 minutes right now. Review the 2 problems you had. I'm not going to have you come to the front of the room and present. We're not doing that. I already warned you of that. But I want you to know your problems forward and backward. Okay? So I'm going to walk around the room. If Edward, you like to walk around the room, I want to check your work. See if you truly understand the problem before we actually get started today. All right, here we go. So you guys had certain walls where the boards, so like in the case you said certain walls and broke each other, and you saw them, just make sure like they're not sure what kind of parallel organization is in the suppose. Okay. Next one is so angles and corners. Okay. So just if you want to ask for ones, just say that you know it's a right thing. You have right angles and corners. And that's what we'll just look at your problems, see that you understand like the mechanics of what you're solving. Okay. Okay.
May I have your attention, please? The James College of Mason City rep is here. If there is any junior or senior that wants to visit with her, please come to the office at this time.
Okay. On you guys' problems, you guys had, like the first one, you just had certain walls. So you looked at that, it was very straightforward. Then there was the second one, number 12. That was what.
Didn't you realize that I didn't have the Google access?
So you get transferred to the top, and that angle's in the middle. And that's huge, that you need that. So if anyone has that specific problem, just indicate that you should also size it.
I saw it.
Also a summary.
That is Isosceles.
Yeah, so that might be that. Okay, you guys had.
Did you like write this on a new note card?
Yeah, exact problem.
This is part.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, your memory is a little bit flawed. All right.
No.
Okay, I'm going to just make sure you had like certain and then the other thing was on your first problem, you had certain walls and vertical. Okay, and that's what it is. So just make sure questions, just kind of give tips and things. I'll explain. Okay. And last group, do we ever do check those? You guys had that tough problem in the beginning about needing to do on this one. People have questions, they want that. And or, you know, you can tips like you say hypothesis and things like that. And the second one, now I'm required to do the size of these triangles, so that was one of the triangles. All right, you guys ready to go? Someone, look it over one more time. Okay, everyone in the room, you need some form of a textbook. So if you have your Chromebook, take that out now so you can log into the website. You need to get your textbook. If you have a physical copy of a book, I know like Brandon here has it, that's fine. If you want a physical copy, I can give you a physical copy so you can kind of flip through the pages here, but I would recommend that you have your Chromebook out right now. I think that's the easiest that you need. Okay, now to explain what we're doing here today. You guys are your experts at your 2 problems. Every group in here had 2 different problems. Okay, they're different. You know, one group had 5 and 6, one group had 10 and 12, one group had 11 and 13, so on and so forth. What we're going to do today is your group, we'll start with 5 and 6 here, because you guys had 5 and 6. You guys get to pick one of your problems right now. Pick one of them. And again, I'm not going to have you come to the front. You're not going to do that. So just pick one of the two that you have. So here's my 4 groups. I'm gonna just draw this on the board. All right, so they had problems numbers 5 and number 6. Now, pick one of them.
5.
Number 5. All right, so the first group here, 546, or sorry, 426, 426, they picked number 5. What I'd like you to do in the room, everybody else other than this group is going to attempt to try number 5 on that white piece of paper. So, on your white piece of paper, open up your Chromebook, log in, go to 426. You're going to try number 5. You guys are going to act like me and Miss Edwards today. You're going to walk around the room and check everyone, put little stars and help people out. So-
Yours call me Lord. Lord.
Alright, here you go. There's some pens.
I like how it
You
matches.
can Apple Watch. You can wear mine. Pink today. I got one. Pink, purple. Oh, you got one. Alright. Don't give it away. Remember, just give pens like I would do to see if they can solve it. We can't move on until everyone's starved. Oof. And then we'll move on to the next group. So you guys can have something to do. Give them a little bit of time so they can write it down. You're doing page 426, number 5. And put it on your white piece of paper. Remember, you have to show all work. You have to write down the problem that you're doing so that if somebody else were to walk in the room and look at your piece of paper, they would know exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it. Yeah, you can put it anywhere you want. You can put it on the same side that you did your other 2. Because we're gonna do at least 4 or 5 problems today. At least, minimum.
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to do both the problems or just one?
Just one. Just gotta do 5.
Just number 5.
I don't understand what work we're supposed to show. Like we're supposed to show like
How you solve it.
6 plus
That's so
6.
Travis.
Thanks, Lord.
So algebra, there's a little bit of algebra. Start.
Just hit to say terrible stuff.
Oh,
Terrible.
terrible start.
As in, after you do it, you'd say terrible.
Just roll with it.
A few more to go. All right. A few more. That's good. Take your time. We have plenty of time today.
Nice job, Ellen.
Terrible start.
Terrible.
Terrible, sorry. Just roll.
Thanks, Lord.
You guys are so-
So parallel them to check the set. Next up is
What is Dr. Copper?
Like cheap Dr. Pepper. I found that Dollar General for like $2 a case.
I was so confused.
I'm trying the cheap pops, trying to figure out the best one. I don't like paying $5 for a whole case.
Yeah.
You don't know the noise set.
That's a little.
A little excessive. We good?
We're all like puppy dog, I don't like it.
Walk away. Go check on other people.
I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Everybody, thanks, Lord.
Because I just did that. I just did it.
Question. Did you solve for X? What'd you get?
6. We're gonna go. That's not right.
Now you gotta solve for one of the lines.
Then you plug it back in.
Plug it back in.
Okay.
Is that what you were dumb then? You didn't know what to do with it?
Yeah, we're gonna have. I got 6 and she got 11.
Oh, you gotta plug it back in.
Yeah, Brett.
Hopefully she solved the 6, right?
Back to us,
No,
Okay.
But he's leaving.
Or yesterday was Pi Day.
I know.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't notice the t-shirt?
I did. Who's Brett?
I noticed her right when she walked down the hall. I was so proud.
Yeah, I know, I saw that on my computer.
It was like a parent and their child. I was so proud. She had a nice shirt on.
Let's go.
Stephen Hawking.
We
died
all
yesterday.
Say, can you have that?
Don't you think it's kind of
I
weird?
think I need to get
And that was his birthday.
I was wondering why you're wearing it. And
That's
then I
kinda,
300th anniversary of Galileo guy.
No, people said something to you, so
Wait, just here?
maybe,
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone else got it.
Is it on
Sarah said
something?
something to me?
Yeah.
Your sister did.
it was.
It's on my pie chart.
300th anniversary of who?
Galileo guy.
2 people, not very many.
They're not on the same day.
Or did they know, just they didn't comment.
All right. Good?
Lady.
Store.
Landing.
Silver. I like your hair, Travis.
Thanks, Al. No way, thanks Lord, I like yours too. Comb over works well.
It does.
Travis, don't you just like,
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. I'll take my markers back. Thank you very much for those groups. All right, second group. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you guys. All right, second group now. It'll be on you guys. We're going to go clockwise. What were your 2 problems you guys had?
Ward, is this for sticking out?
Yeah,
10 and
that's
12.
yours. So, what?
10 and
10 and 12. All right, so we had number 10. We had number 12. Okay, these are the 2 they had. Pick one, please.
No, don't pick the hard one,
Pick either one. Which one do you think people will learn the most from? That's one you want to pick. 12. All right, here we go. All right. So on your white piece of paper again, you're going to move to a new spot. Find a new spot on your white piece of paper. So now everyone else, except for this group, because you guys already did it, you're going to attempt to try number 12 on page 426. Number 12. Okay, you guys can grab a marker here. You guys are going to be Miss Edwards and Miss Ward here. I'm going to walk around the room and check everyone.
Grab marker.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a marker from you. Okay. Take this one. Okay.
struggling?
Can't even have a lot of talking anymore.
That little slip of paper again is what, that's some light work that you still need to turn in. That's being by tomorrow if you're gonna.
Understood.
Yep. Good. Okay, I'm gonna hand out some papers here as you guys are working. Again, this stuff, if you got it perfect, it's fine, but if you wanna make any fixes, you can always turn in by tomorrow. This is stuff you guys just turned in.
Yeah. Stop distracting me.
What?
Sorry. Sorry, Al.
Remember what I'm trying to do.
Well, I'm on accident. I'm not 13.
Is this Cece?
I'd suggest drawing it out. Draw the picture and film what you know. And then maybe you can find that triangle that Graham was talking about.
So this is Cece. And this is 115. What? Isn't this one?
Yes, there's a right triangle. I mean, there's a right angle at corner A.
Not D-E-A, D-A, right there.
Oh, so you had 65 to 65,
It's where my color
which is 130, right? So it's 50. So what angle is it? Don't start with it. CED?
Which angle is it, 60? Little letter.
Oh!
A.
A, angle A. This whole thing is 90. This, right, this right here, the D-A-E, this right here.
Terrible start, you got it. Thank you. That's the deep one. Travis,
No, just like.
Motion.
Huh?
Let's do it again.
You actually followed a little bit. Like 30, 40.
Once?
Plus 65 equals 90.
Which one? Which one are we doing? We're doing number 12? So you're doing the angles, so C, D,
Okay, so I read that as like,
that's the angle you're trying to find, no? Can I have a-
okay.
Alright, so you're trying to
So
find
something
that
about
angle
that
right
triangle
here.
at
So
65
you
is
want to this, okay? You have this angle right here, which I think is 65, right? Okay, here's your little,
And triangle is
this
that.
triangle right here,
No,
it's
wait,
spelled
what am I doing?
Okay, yes,
triangle
why?
is right here. What do we know about this triangle?
What do you know about these
This big
two
triangle has
pieces
90.
of the
I'm talking about
triangle?
this tiny one right here. So there's a 65 right here.
Okay, because they're diagonals, right?
But what type of triangle
So
is that?
two
On
sides
the
of the
right.
same in a triangle. Total what?
Dustin Moore.
So if it's isosceles, what can you tell me about isosceles?
Okay, so
What's the definition of isosceles? Two sides are equal and two angles are equal. So if that angle is 65, what would be the other one be? And then you go in this one because, yep, and why is this angle helpful?
Then I took a tour.
Hi, my name is Ward. I'm trying out the cheap sodas.
They're delicious.
I like the concept of Fortnite, but I've never played it.
Kevin, when you gonna teach me how to play Fortnite? Where do you play video games?
Yeah.
Wait, which board are you talking to?
Xbox is
There's like 5 of them.
We have a place.
PS4.
Oh, come
What
on.
games do you
And I have a bunch of games on that.
Ward, what games do you
Hey, so
Fortnite.
Ward,
Ward
who's right?
plays Fortnite.
Woo!
Here, I'll start.
Okay.
Dustin needs to start.
Are you good?
Terrible start as well.
I don't play now. It'll be good.
Okay.
Kevin, how many hours of Fortnite do you play?
Dustin Moore.
Yes.
Or like how many you try?
Terrible start as well.
How about daily?
Brendan, are you done?
Yes.
Like,
Good job. Here, I'll start.
depends.
It's so much, he doesn't.
Probably like
Not like anymore.
How long
Terrible
does it
start
take
as
for one
well.
battle?
But signature.
Like it depends how long you live, you know?
Okay, you guys all checked out?
Yeah.
Use Ward's
Check.
credit card.
We're good?
I have a signature
Oh,
now.
okay. Alright. Okay, you guys are all starting? We're all gonna cry.
It's not a good feeling, trust me.
No, that's good.
No, it's not a
No,
good
it's
I'll get up.
If you're doing a math problem, you want 2 wards.
I feel like
You got 11.
it says like in the beginning measurement.
That's the, that's all.
It's
Hey Ward, what's your middle name?
Dean.
Dean?
Dean.
Huh?
Is that why?
That was me last time.
Okay, that makes sense. Because.
Isn't that yours?
Ward, guess my middle name.
Yeah.
Hers
Here's
is
my middle name.
Yours?
What's Ward?
3 letters.
Joy. I don't know.
Ray.
No.
Right.
What?
Ray.
No. Wait, what's her middle name? Yeah.
Anne.
Someone already said it.
Is it Ray?
How do you
Sure.
How
spell
do you
it?
spell it?
R-A-E.
I don't know. R-A-Y.
Is that right?
That's the
Guess
real
it.
war, not that war.
R-A-E.
Sorry.
I would have said R-A-Y, but that's awesome.
Not right.
I actually really like that Emily.
What's your son's middle name?
My grandpa, my
This is
dad, and my
deep
brother
too,
has
isn't
a, no, never mind.
Okay, alright.
I'm Dustin.
We good?
My dad and
Keep
my
helping, keep helping.
brother have
Double
a
D-dubs.
song.
Laura, you need some more help?
Yeah.
You know, a word.
No,
There can only be one
let's get a
word.
white dog and name him Bean.
Okay, I agree. So that angle, this is 65 right here. Put it a little 65. Yeah.
Fight the word because there can only be one. There can only be one word.
Identity theft is a
Okay, got it. Alright, now here's the thing.
Oh.
That is
In
just
this
a
little
fine.
triangle,
This
this little triangle right here, this triangle is special.
Also, John.
Corgis are adult.
I mean, what do we know about
Hey,
this
Vanessa, what's your
triangle?
middle
Yeah,
name?
corgis.
Wait, let me guess.
How many
What
letters?
type of triangle?
No.
Isosceles. What do you know about isosceles?
What does it start at? Stop.
Two sides of the same
I
and
guarantee
what else?
you will get
Two sides of the same, what else is it the same?
Vanessa?
Two what?
Oh.
Angles, two, which two?
What's the first letter? What's the first letter, Vanessa? Little Nita.
This one. This is 65.
What?
Wait,
Why
it's
would you-
Anita.
This is because
But her
now you know
grandma's
that
name
you
is
can
also
find this
Anita.
mid-3 angle.
Vanessa.
And why is it helpful to
Yeah,
find
there it is.
find the
I
other
definitely was gonna Google, but that was not using
vertical? And this is the angle you're trying to find.
That's cute.
Sweet, you
Oh my
mean.
God, look. Oh, little.
Do a little bit of math there and see if you can figure it out. That's good.
Anita.
Kevin found me on
Who's the famous author with that name?
What?
William, that's not something.
Isn't
you
Kevin
should-
his like birth certificate?
What?
You were like shaking when you said it, you're like.
Yeah, I know, because I hate it.
I see Travis.
Yeah, you want to see me? It's Travis Scott. His middle name is Scott.
Hey, which one do you guys?
Oh,
Just so we got to know.
well, that's me.
Alright, 14. We're good? Yeah, alright, good work. Alright, let's go, let's move on. Alright, so the third group now, we're almost done here today. Third group, they chose, was it 14 again? Alright, they are choosing number 14. So, everyone in the room, you need to turn to page 426. Again, hopefully you're on it. You're gonna attempt number 14. Now, our two experts, our regional experts, Mr. Ward and Mrs. Edwards. Here we go. You want blue or red? What do you want?
So,
She's going for that blue quick. Okay, give him a little bit of time to work. Try to give him some hints. Remember, you gotta think about how you learn the problem, what would be helpful, but don't give it away. Okay, reminder, the papers I hand back to you, if you want to make fixes, corrections, turn them back in, you can always do that. Everything is due back by tomorrow. You guys know the drill. That was the last assignment on the quarter. That was the 407 we
we're
did the
doing
other day.
16 instead.
No.
No, we did 14. They already started.
How about
Remember, try to label your questions, draw the pictures, make sure if somebody were to walk in this room, they can look at your paper and know instantly what you're doing and why you're doing it. It shouldn't just be answers, it should be actual work, or some form of it.
Why do I not feel like it's... No, wait, that's right. And then...
Sam?
Very good.
I did it with my
Do you want a
brother.
star, circle, or square?
Kevin Ward.
I would like
your
to stop.
sister.
Oh, turtles.
Studs.
Alright, I'll just go with it.
Should we have them do?
Yeah, that would be correct, sir.
Alright,
Star, circle, or square?
You can just do
Star.
You can just do 11 and tell them which one.
Thank you.
Is it one or negative one?
-10.
How did I get in there? I'm in down.
If you get a
Oh,
negative,
wait, okay, I don't know where I got a 5.
Correct.
if you get a negative, just...
The one little thing you need to do. Okay, yeah. Like when you like say the thing
Sorry.
instead of saying it's like, congrats. Is that already everyone?
Now we got one.
Who? Oh,
Ward over here. Ward number 5 today.
Lord number 5.
Alright, perfect. We got everyone? Alright, excellent. Alright, I'll take my marker back there.
That's my mind.
I'll take it.
Okay, perfect. Blue, red, where we get?
Ward 17.
Actually, no, give me blue. We're gonna give me Joe.
Alright, boom, alright. Okay, final fourth group. I would like you to pick one of your pronouns. You had 11 and 13.
11.
Number 11, alright, here we go. Number 11. So, same page, page 426. This is our last problem here. We're going to do number 11. It's our last problem of the day. Now, once you are done, make sure that my two assistants here are checking it over. You need to be starred. You need to have your name on this paper. You should already have that. And then you're going to turn it in, because this is the homework that I would have assigned you today. And now you're already done with it.
Oh, wow. We got 100% through.
And you already know you got it right.
Ooh. So just go ahead on the next quarter. First grade.
Next word. So first segment on the next word.
Ooh, that's great. Good job.
Step by step.
DB is equal to DB. There we go.
You click on this little green circle.
And you guys have the option of watching the video if you have the online version in front of you.
We don't want to do this.
Yeah, which one of you is Ward? Okay, I don't know.
Wow.
Neither of them. I don't know, be
They're
word.
both.
They would be efforts.
Yes,
It's a female word from an alternate universe.
So technically, both of our names both have word.
True.
Just think, wow.
Think about that. That is quick time. Both have word. We're one and the same.
One.
I don't know if I
What?
really do. I do.
Okay. All right.
Wrong
So,
page.
what shape is it overall? Rectangle. So, what do you have in the corners?
You have to show your word, Case.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Now they're giving you the walls, right? 62. You have them labeled. So, what would that angle in the corner be? 90. So, if that's a 90, then
Yeah.
what type of triangle?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a right triangle. What kind of formula would you do for a right triangle? Yeah, bunch. There's some formulas.
Oh.
You can do Pythagorean because that's what you're trying to find.
Should I
No,
Squared.
my niece did that.
Wait, what'd you say?
My niece did that.
What?
My niece died of her. Water it up, but that's what makes it water it.
This blue. I should know.
Definitely.
Remember when Jaden was ginger? For the longest time.
There's
I need to
Oh, for your certificate, you don't have to check anybody. Go check.
Where's I helped him?
What should I put it in?
What? Do you have the picture? Do you have the,
Nope.
do you have the label? What is it?
Oh, I don't know.
What is that square for? That's supposed to be.
We're in soccer.
What?
It was like a wrestler or something.
What?
Okay, make sure everyone's starred. Once everyone's starred, we'll turn them in. Make sure your name's on it.
And trade.
This is not seem right.
You're close. You're really close.
What do I do now?
Okay.
I have
I don't know
to
if I got
square
it.
this too.
Not,
Square from 40 to 80.
is that 40 this time?
So this is our
Is the
homework for
letter
the
above
week,
it.
You
Ward?
have to square.
The 40 is the letter above it, so 40 is equal to c squared. And you have to solve for c.
Yeah. So square 40.
I did square 40.
No, square root.
Oh.
Because you have to solve for c, because c squared is equal to 40. Because you have it stacked right. You have actually written
Yeah,
it.
that was crazy, actually.
Yeah. Once you're starred, make sure your name's on it, you can turn it in then.
You get it right? Yes, sir. I give up, sir. Sir. Sir, okay.
Yeah, just type in your code.
So that's-
Just like
Ah.
I didn't know how many dozen
Okay.
points.
Once you're done turning in, you just need your notes out after that, so, yes, please. Yeah, we have like 4 minutes. We're gonna take a few notes, then we're done with it.
Okay,
Is everyone started?
I got you. Oh, you want me? Okay.
Yeah, start.
Here, real Lord.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for all the backwards periods.
Okay, thanks.
Scott.
Do we get this in?
Yes, hey, if you starred, put your name on that white piece of paper, you need to turn it in, please. Because that's gonna be your homework score, make sure you get those turned in. I do need your little cards, the little sticky notes.
I got mine started.
Why do I get an email about the new thing?
That's so weird.
Okay, Kevin, go sit, please. Oh, yeah.
The real world. The real world. 116. The real world.
All right.
The real.
Okay, hey, if you have not already, make sure that white piece of paper has your name on it, you're turning it in, because that is your homework grade, make sure you get that turned in, I think I got a couple of people left that need to do that. And then we're gonna do a few notes, you just need to have your notes out.
But I have a question.
Yes, please.
When you were a teenager, did you look the same as you do now? Or like not?
I have more hair, definitely more hair,
Well, I know,
definitely.
but like your face.
Probably, probably.
Did you
Because
have
I wanna know what I'm gonna look like when I'm older. Like,
Pretty much the same.
Hopefully I'm not
Yeah.
this
I
ugly.
never
I probably,
get old.
no, I was way less weight back then, because I was running cross country a lot, so I was significantly less, but,
What did you play in
Yeah,
high
I just
school?
wanna know if
basketball, cross country, and golf.
Golf?
I would've been a soccer man, sorry.
Or
Were you
I also
good?
feel like,
No, I was
I
like,
feel like we've aged like, or matured way faster than they.
no, I could grow them though, I just shave
So
a
it's
lot.
kinda just.
I had to shave
true,
like twice a day,
everybody,
just to make sure it would go
They
away.
look like toes.
Favorite thing ever is one time I watched a video and I saw one girl pick her
Was
nose.
there any seniors in geometry one?
What?
Was there any seniors in geometry?
I don't think so, I don't think I have any this year.
What about Ryan?
Any
Seniors?
seniors in general math?
Hey, Ward,
No, they can't.
did you just say there aren't any seniors?
There are not.
Yeah, there are. Because I had class with them. Who?
What?
Alex,
Oh, we do,
Mary.
yeah, you're right, we do have a couple.
Alex,
Oh,
Mary.
I really hope you don't watch this video. I apologize.
I totally
My
forgot about
actions,
that.
in my words.
Yeah, you're right. I totally forgot, yeah, I do have but
Anthony.
those are like 8th period though. So yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Actually, I don't feel bad anymore. Ward
No one
forgot
cut
about
that
Yeah,
part
that's
out.
See, the thing is, I don't think about what age group it is, because they're all mixed together, it doesn't matter.
you.
How old are we, boy?
So, no idea.
All
right, here we go.
Kidding me?
Alright, other than
Dad.
maybe,
No idea how old you are.
but
I'm
you're
12.
50.
I'm 26.
Oh, okay.
I've been a super
Alright.
senior for 11 years.
Alright, here we go. The section we're in.
Makes sense.
Hey, section we're in. We're in section 6.6 we're going into, or 6.5, sorry. We're gonna be dealing with rhombi, yeah, I'm gonna,
What is that
rhombi or
squiggly
rhombuses, and squares.
What's that squiggly thing next to the
Oh, Brandon.
Subsection. It's 2 S's connected. S means subsection. Yep. College professors used to use it a lot, so. Okay,
Rhombi and squares.
so, yep, plural. Alright, here's what I wanna go through today. I wanna do that one example that we did yesterday that I had on the board right before you guys left. It is an actual property in geometry, but the funny thing is, your textbook never brought it up. It never talked about it, and we need to discuss it. And I thought it was kind of a disservice that they never actually showed this picture. So this is the picture we had yesterday. It was a right triangle, and you had to make sure you label it. Now, what makes it a right triangle?
The 90.
It has a right angle. It has a 90-degree angle. Now we labeled it A, B, and C. All right, so we labeled A, B, and C. Now, here's the idea. What we had to do yesterday was you had to find the midpoint of AC. So you had to locate the midpoint of AC. Kevin, you can close your Chromebook. Thank you. All right. So midpoint of AC. Now, Where was that yesterday?
In the middle.
Middle of what?
Oh, AC.
AC. That was what we talked about yesterday. This is the middle. That's what midpoint means. Now I'm gonna hopefully kind of pick the middle of it. Eyeball it there. Now what we talked about yesterday is that spot
Is
on
same
this picture.
distance, equidistant.
Equidistant from,
A M M C
Yep.
M B
yeah,
squared.
these two sticks are the same, including the one stick I have not drawn, which is B to M, that one. Okay, so those three sticks are the same sizes. That's what we talked about yesterday, but I didn't discuss why. We just said, that point is super specific. If it's the middle of that wall, it's the same distance from every letter, A, B, and C. Now, those three walls are the same. The other two walls would not have to be. So the wall AB, the wall BC could be different than those other three that I have arrows pointing towards. They could be different. So they don't necessarily have to be the same as the others. But why does this work? That was the question I wanted to see if you guys figured out. Why does this property actually work? Think about this. Some of your problems you did today, two of the groups at least, had to deal with this type of picture. Because why does it work?
Because it's a right triangle and isosceles.
Yeah.
So it's 90, 45, 45,
Not-
45.
Not quite. It doesn't have to be 45s. We
Plus-
proved that today because some of your angles were 65s.
What?
There's a couple pictures that we did today where there was some 65
Maybe
degree
not.
angles.
I got this.
But
Maybe not.
here's the thing. What would make this work? You guys are on it. You're nearly there. You just have to say the keyword.
It bisects, isn't it right?
What? Not a bisector.
Midpoint.
Not yet.
Abracadabra.
It makes two equal triangles.
Thank you. The idea is that the triangles are equal. The reason being is that they share similar parts. Okay?
Oh,
That the angles
I see.
would actually have to be the same because of the certain walls. In fact, what actually proves this is this. This is the definitive way to prove it. You actually make a full rectangle where if you go off what Bria said, you make equal triangles, and you continue this wall because what type of figure is the big picture?
Rectangle.
It's a rectangle, and we know that on a rectangle the diagonals are the same length and they split each other into equal parts. So all four of these lines have to be the same. That's why. And in fact, some of you had that in your homework. Some of those problems you guys did where you had to use the isosceles triangle. You had to know that these two walls were the same, and then you could prove certain angles were the same, and then you could go from there. I think one of the problems was like this was 65, so you could hopscotch it down, you could find the missing angle, throw it across. Those were the types of problems that we had. Does that make sense why this thing works? It's because of the rectangle, equal triangles namely, and it forces the actual sticks to be the same. I thought that was just really clever. But to go off of what Kevin was saying earlier, the angles don't have to be 45s. That would be if it was a square. We don't have to have 45
Even though
degrees.
it's right, it doesn't have to be 45.
No, these do not have to be 45.
Isosceles.
Because the idea is that if it was square, that would have to be the case. But since it's elongated, like lengthwise, the angles are actually changing. They're actually different.
But even because it's isosceles.
Yeah, even isosceles doesn't need to be 45s.
So, can you draw like an example of an isosceles triangle with one angle is 1 degree and the other one is, 89?
There's an example. I'm not using 89, but that's...
No, and a right, and a right. A right and an isosceles.
Oh, if it's right isosceles, then it has to be a 45. But the problem is,
That's not right isosceles up there.
this triangle is not a right triangle. This triangle is not a right
Isn't
triangle.
the big one though?
Okay? The big one is, but I didn't say that these walls had to be the same. They're not opposites of each other.
Well, someone else said that.
No, it's a rectangle. They're not equal.
So I've told that. to
No,
isosceles.
no. Okay. Okay. The last problems I'd like you to put in your notes. I have two pictures, and I would like you to draw these pictures in your notes somewhere. Okay? We're going to discuss these tomorrow. These are going to be our topics of choice tomorrow. So here we go. First problem here. Oop. Here we go. Here's the first picture. I'd like you to draw it, label it, put it in your notes. We're not going to solve it for right now. Just draw it.
Oh, come on.
We got cut off by the bell, so we'll continue tomorrow. Make sure you have it down.
Oh, ruined by the bell. Rip.
How do they get you?
Too many typos.
I've never used screen recording before, so